Welcome back to the video lectures. Today, let us know about MCQs on natural resources. Let's solve some of the MCQs. Taking up the first question, the resources which are unlimited and where quality is not degraded even after continuous use is termed as, the options are renewable, reusable, immutable, exhaustible. So the right answer is renewable. Solar energy is, of course, it's a renewable source. Till the sun is existing in our solar system, the solar energy is available to us. Biogas is a mixture of course, biogas is produced by the methanogen bacteria which break down the cellulose and produce the methane and carbon dioxide. So A is the right option here. The loss of forest cover is termed as, options are deterioration, deforestation, afforestation, all of these. The loss of forest cover is nothing but deforestation. As per the FAO definition, the minimum percentage of depletion of trees or tree crown cover that can be considered as deforestation is, of course, it is 80%. If 80% of the forest cover is depleted, then we take it as the deforestation. Which of the following statements about forest is not correct? The options are: forest reduces soil erosion, provides recreational opportunities, provide a source of economic development, and none of the above. As we know, the three options A, B, C are correct regarding the forest, but none of these will be the right answer here, because no option is incorrect. Which of the following type of timber extraction is least damaging to the environment? Here the word logging has been used: clear felling, reduce impact logging, mechanized logging, and hand logging. The right answer should be reduce impact logging. So logging or cutting of the trees should be in such a way that it should not have an impact on the environment. It should not damage the environment. We have to select the trees which are old enough, which are dead ones, dried ones. These have to be cut for the timber purpose. So that's called as reduce impact logging. Which of the following is not true about deforestation? Population explosion is one of the reasons for deforestation. Clearing of forest for agriculture causes deforestation. Deforestation is taking place only in developing countries. Cash crop economy of third world is a cause of deforestation. So here the right answer is deforestation is taking place only in developing countries. So that is not true, because the deforestation is there everywhere. The value of a forest is often higher when it is left standing than it could be worth when it is harvested. Which of the following factor is most supportive of the above statement? The options are increase in timber value as time passes, increase in wildlife, increase in ecotourism. None of these. So right answer here is increase in ecotourism, where the people go just to watch, just to witness the beauty of the forest, and it's a recreational activity where no harm is done to the forest. So that is the right answer here. Tree hugging movement is called. Tree hugging movement was a movement taken up by the village women, men and children all together in order to protect the forest and the trees from being cut by the government authorities. So many people came out from their houses and they hugged the trees in order to prevent them from being cut. So that movement is known as Chipko Andolan. Chipko in Hindi means to hug. Now this movement was seen all over the India, even in Karnataka. Appiko movement was taken up to protect the trees in the Western Ghat. So therefore, the tree hugging movement is nothing but Chipko Andolan. The name of Sundarlal Bahuguna is related to, of course, it is related to Chipko movement. The name Medha Pathak is associated with, it is associated with the Narmada Bachao Andolan, which was started when the government planned to build a dam on the Narmada river, and looking into the possible damage to the people living in the villages around, and most of the villages will be getting submerged, people will be displaced. So against that, a Narmada Bachao Andolan was taken up, and the name of Medha Pathak is associated with it. How does dams affect deforestation? The options are: open up a previously inaccessible forest to public, submerges forest, damages downstream ecosystem. So all of these are correct. So D will be the right option. Which of the following is not a viable protection against deforestation? The options are: reduce the consumption of forest and related products, boycott products of companies involved in deforestation, privatization of the forest land, environmental education. So here if you look at the options, C will be the right option, because privatization of the forest land is not going to help the protection of forest. It will lead to over exploitation of the forest. So therefore C is the right option. Environmental education, boycott product of companies involved in deforestation, and reduce the consumption of forest and related products are the activities which will help in protecting the forest and preventing deforestation. Next question, planting of the trees is called as, of course, afforestation. Here planting of the trees should be taken in the sense of planting new trees in the area where there are no trees on the barren land, so creating new forest. Next question, deforestation generally decreases what? Drought, rainfall, soil erosion, global warming. It's the rainfall, right answer here, whereas the other three conditions will rather increase. Next question, forest and wildlife are dash dash if used judiciously. So definitely they are the renewable resources if used wisely, judicially. Next question, deforestation generally results in, the options are decreased rainfall, loss of biodiversity, shortage of oxygen. Of course, here all of these will be the right answer. Next, extensive planting of trees help us in maintaining balance in ecosystem, developing ecotourism, eliminating pressure on natural forest. Of course, all these three are correct, so all of these. Purposes of constructing dams and reservoirs are, the options are power generation, flood control, irrigation, and all of these. So the right answer here is irrigation, because the main purpose of the construction of dams is to see that the irrigation is done, and with the help of irrigation we can improve the production of crops in the agriculture. Next question, we get our supply and reserves of fresh water from. So fresh water we are getting, it is by the help of the water cycle, because the water evaporating from the sea surface or water transpired by the plants, as well as water evaporating from the land surface, inland waters, all that is going to form the clouds in the skies. And remember, the evaporated water is purely fresh water, it doesn't have any salts cannot be evaporating. So this water again falls onto the earth's surface in the form of rains. So hydrological cycle is helping us to get the continuous supply of fresh water. Main or major purposes of most of the dams around the world is, again here the irrigation is right answer. Now, which of the following could be the most significant socio-economic impact of dams? Options are loss of biodiversity, poor managed involuntary displacement and loss of livelihood, loss of forest and wildlife habitat, waterlogging. So out of these, which one is the most significant socio-economic impact? That means the humans are being affected. So naturally it is the poorly managed, you can say involuntary displacement, because when the people are moved from the area where the water is going to collect, the dam is created, so these people are displaced. If their displacement is not properly managed, it will lead to loss of livelihood of thousands and thousands of people. Now let's take up the next question. Which of the following is not an ideal solution for tackling the water crisis? Drilling large number of deep bore wells, population control, water conservation in irrigation, control water pollution. So the question is about an ideal solution for tackling the water crisis. Which of the following is not an ideal solution? We are not talking about solutions, we are talking about not an ideal solution. So therefore, drilling large number of deep bore wells is the right answer here. Next question, what is the major characteristics of drought that differentiate it from other natural calamities? So drought could cause life and property loss. Drought has both natural and social impacts or implications. Drought recur in the same place. Without a well-defined start or end, drought is a slow process. So drought, we see that it's a slow process and may continue for a long period of time. So therefore, D is the right answer. Which of the following measures is not a solution for improving the acceptability of dam project? So that means, which of the following measures or the plans or the actions taken is not a solution for improving the acceptability of dam project? So what are the options here? Avoid and minimize impact ecosystem, ensure that displaced and project affected people's livelihood are improved, conduct regular monitoring and periodic review, construct a single large dam instead of a number of small dams. So constructing a large single dam instead of number of small dams is the right answer here, which is not a solution for accepting the dam project. India has the world's largest share of which of the following? It is actually mica. So here the options are given: manganese, mica, copper and diamond. All these are the mineral resources, but in India the largest mineral resource we find is mica. Which of the following is an adverse effect of modern agriculture? The options are water scarcity, water pollution, water logging, all of these. So the option is all of these, because we know that the modern agriculture leads to scarcity of water because excessive water is being used in the form of irrigation. Then water is getting polluted due to the fertilizers, pesticides which are washed to the nearby water bodies, and these water bodies get polluted. And of course water logging is also seen, where the water gets stagnant in the soil and do not allow the plants to grow there. Next question: all of the following nutrients in fertilizer, which one causes minimum water pollution? Now the options are nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and of these. So here potassium is one which will not cause much damage to the water. So it is the one which causes minimum water pollution. Select the least harmful class of compounds from the following. Now here the options are chlorinated hydrocarbons, organophosphates, carbonates and pyrethrum. Carbonates are the one which are least harmful, which can be used as the insecticides in the agriculture fields, whereas all other chemicals mentioned are harmful, not only to human beings but also to the other organisms. Useful insects are also being killed, and the predators which are depending on those useful insects which are being killed now, their population declines, and the predator population declines, and ecosystem is also disturbed. And pyrethrum is one which, when washed into the water, will kill the fishes. So the right answer should be carbonate. So these are the first 30 questions we have discussed. Remaining questions we'll take up in our next session.